Very well stated. Love it. Binging is the result of a world that tells us to shut up and take it. There's so many women with this coping mechanism, the binging, and it was not being taught how to, our feelings were not validated. We were to sit still, be pretty, and cater to men. And I just think of being a little girl and holding on to my seat and wanting to say, but this doesn't make me feel good, but it's not fair, but I don't understand why I have to do that. And just having no control over what I wanted, and the consequences of not catering to those man feelings. And so it's been ingrained. It's been ingrained in for so long, and doing it for year after year, decade after decade of, this is how I cope with not being heard, is that I eat my feelings, and how it just doesn't work, and how unevolved I had become, and why things never got better for me, because my coping mechanism didn't solve the problem. And then you go into so many toxic work cultures, right? Because we all went into the world having to work. So many of us have to work. I've always worked. And then not having that coping skill and healthy communication skills and having the ability to say no. I had none of that. I had nothing but obedience and again, never saying no, and wondering why everything was so hard for me. And so binging, and then the guilt after, it's almost like being in a trance of, something would happen. I didn't even realize it was happening and what I was doing. I just knew the end result is I was sitting there stuffed. And I'm like, how did I get here? Why does this keep happening to me? And then having shame and not wanting to talk about it, which brings me to what we eat in private shows in public. And I've told my husband, my partner, my best friend this. My weight fluctuated because I didn't know how to deal with anything. And then on top of that, keeping it all in and not wanting to talk about it. So everything and this is one thing I really hate, is when, you should just be grateful. When I would try to talk to someone that I trusted, and you shouldn't feel that way. You should be grateful. You should, that's all I ever got. And so reparenting myself and saying, I'm allowed to be angry about this. And then when somebody comes at me, and knowing how to defend myself in a healthy, constructive way. I don't want to be an angry person. I was a very angry person because I wasn't heard. I hear myself, and I communicate with myself and with others in a way that keeps me and my well-being and my quality of life going in a direction that I appreciate. So I love this. I really do. Thank you for saying that. That's huge. So yeah, shut up and take it. And we're women now. We're grown women who can change the world. We create change by being the change. So sharing all this information and not gatekeeping and letting the world know how you're not going to shame us anymore. We're problem solvers. We have critical thinking skills. We've evolved. They tried to keep us from our power for so long, and it's over now. It's over. The power of women is immense. I'm going to keep growing this army.